Okay, great. Thank you. Good morning. My name is Janet Ng, Hearing Officer for San Francisco Public Works. Maribel Hansen is the clerk of this hearing. This hearing is being recorded via Zoom and will be available afterward through a link on the San Francisco Public Works website, sfpublicworks.org. As this is a virtual hearing, there is no sign-in sheet, so if you would like to receive information about the results of this hearing, please send an email to the address listed in the hearing notice. This public hearing is being held to consider one item, order number 212027, to consider the revocation of street vending permit number 24VDR-00149. My job as the hearing officer is to gather the facts for the hearing item, listen to your testimony, and help our Public Works Director make recommendations. I will not be making any decisions today. Instead, I will forward the findings from this hearing and make my recommendations to the director. The director will make the final determinations. When the director's determinations are made, the department will notify you of them if you have provided contact information. The hearing will proceed as follows for the one item. I will ask Public Works staff to speak first and present the case. There's no time limit for this presentation. Then I will allow the appellant to speak, and then any member of the public or witness who wants to speak. Each speaker will have up to 3 minutes to speak. The clerk will monitor the time for all speakers and will indicate when the speaker has 30 seconds left. If you are a party to this proceeding, I will call on you to speak. If you would like to use visual materials in your presentation, please let me know before you speak. You will then have the standard 3 minutes to provide your comments. If you are a member of the public or witness who wants to speak, wait for me to call for public comments, then use Zoom's raise your hand feature if you're on a computer to put yourself in the queue to speak. If you're dialing in on a phone, dial *9 to indicate you're raising your hand. When it is your turn to speak, I will recognize you. If on your phone and you're muted, press *6 to unmute yourself. If you would like to use visual materials in your presentation, please let me know before you speak. You will then have the standard 3 minutes to provide your comments. Comments and questions should be addressed to me and not to the department or the appellant. If you cannot finish your comments within the allotted time, you may submit written testimony to me by the end of this hearing. If I feel that questions are warranted, I will ask questions. After all comments are completed, I will close the item. So let's start the hearing. At this time, we will open the hearing to public comments. Members of the public may make comments on matters that are within the department's jurisdiction, but not on today's agenda. So are there any public comments at this time? Okay, seeing none, then let's close this item and move on to the item on today's agenda. So the item is order number 212027. May I have Public Works make the presentation?
Sure, just let me share my screen. Okay, can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Good morning. My name is Emily Kin, and I'm the Public Works representative presenting this case of a street vendor permit 24 VDR 00149 revocation, and the appellant is Rosebel Palmalis. So a little bit of background is the appellant has received multiple citations upon violations of Article 5.9 and administrative regulations for mobile vendors on the Port of San Francisco property. We've also received complaints from other vendors regarding the appellant camping at the vending spots overnight, in which is not allowed under port regulations, which as they have to come clean up all their stuff at the end of the day and then come back later. Then on August 19th, the Street Vendor Enforcement Task Force requested the revocation of Roosevelt Palmolive's street vendor permit, which is 24 VDR 00149. Just a sec while I fix this. Can someone tell me which slide you're seeing?
The first one?
The first one? Interesting. Let me reshare. Try to fix this. Screen. Can you see it now?
Yep, on mine. We're on seeing slide 3.
Okay, perfect. Thanks. And I'll start over. Okay, as mentioned previously, the appellant has received multiple citations upon the violations of Article 5.9 and administrative regulations for mobile vendors on the Port of San Francisco. We've also received complaints regarding the appellant camping at the venue spots overnight. And on August 19th of 2025, the Street Vendor Enforcement Task Force requested the revocation of this permit. Reasons for citations were per Article 5.93, a permit is required to vend within the public right-of-way, and the vendor must display the permit and provide proof of ownership. Per the Port Administrative Regulations for mobile vendors, vending equipment may not be more than 10 feet in length, 10 feet in depth, and 10 feet in height, including wheels, axles, umbrellas, tents, or canopies, and other appurtenances. Per Port Administrative Regulations for mobile vendors shall not leave vending equipment or food or merchandise unattended. For the purposes of these administrative regulations, unattended means that the mobile vendor is not within 10 feet of the vending equipment and or the food or merchandise. And these are a couple of citations he received back in 2024, which includes February 25th, March 7th, for vending without a permit. And these are the photos to support that citation. Then after he received a permit on September 23rd, he received a citation for exceeding the permitted 10 by 10 foot space.
Oh, sorry, Emily, are you on the next slide? Are you showing the photos?
It should be on the 9/23/24.
I guess we're still on slide 3.
This is weird. Is there any change?
No.
Why does it not show?
Okay, now it's on this 9/23/24 citation.
Guess I'll have to show it from here. From slide 3. This is weird. It's not showing in the window.
Oh, we're seeing, I guess, the photos now.
Is it because I'm joining from the browser? Oh, she's okay. Take it away. Because it opens a new window when I do sharing. What if I do like this? It's just, I think it's just a lag.
I'm seeing your slide. I guess it says 8/17/2025 now.
Sorry, it seems like I can't put it in presenter mode. Would this work though?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're seeing the slides, so this should be okay.
Okay. Perfect. So let's go back to the start. I think previously you were seeing slide 3. Is it still lagging?
Okay, we're on slide 4 now.
Okay, got it, thanks. So as mentioned previously, he had received citations last year in February 25th and March 7th for vending without a permit. And then these are a couple more photos of that time when he received the citations. Then he received a citation on September 23rd of last year for vending in a unpermitted, exceeding the 10 by 10 permitted space and not being on site, as well as having the clothes hung atop on the tent. And then once again, later that day, he received another citation for rehanging the clothes and still vending at that space, exceeding the 10 by 10 permitted space. And then just this year, on April 5th of 2025, he received a citation for exceeding the 10 by 10 permitted vending space, where he also has hung clothes and other merchandise. Then just this past couple of weeks, he received a citation on the 17th of August for exceeding the 10 by 10 permitted area, which we received a request for revoking his permit. Thus, in conclusion, as the evidence provided shows, the appellant has violated program rules and regulations on multiple accounts, exceeding the permitted space, vending without a permit, and not being on site. Thus, Public Works seeks to maintain the revocation of the permit due to non-compliance with Article 5.9 and Port Administrative Regulations for mobile vendors. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for that. Is the appellant here and would like to speak? Okay, looks like Roosevelt is here. So just a reminder, so you have 3 minutes to make your presentation.
Hello.
Okay, I can hear you.
Hi, my name is Roosevelt Males. My vendor number is 24BDR00149. I'm here to appeal the revocation of my vendor's permit as I am a victim of unequal enforcement. A lot of these, most of the vendors are also exceeding the space, and there has been no problem. Most of the vendors that have complained about me is my own family or competition. And I have complied with all the other, as you can see, even my space has become smaller and smaller from the beginning of last year. I have a presentation, but I don't know how to show it. I don't know if I can, how can I share my screen? Is there, I'm not sure how to do this.
Emily, do you have you have the PowerPoint? Are you able to share it?
Sure, I can share it. If it works this time.
I'm pausing the time since the presentation is still being uploaded.
Hello?
Okay, I see the presentation.
Slide 2, next slide.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start the time. Again, resume the time. You have 1 minute and 43 seconds.
Okay, let's go on to the next slides. Slide, maybe continue down. I just want to go ahead and show how the other vendors. This one right here is my booth before, and this was my booth after have complied. Slide 6. So I did the effort to make my booth smaller. I don't hang up the things anymore like I used to. Next slide. Next one. So here I have presented just this last week, I just started taking pictures because I don't like to harass people taking pictures of them. It just feels weird to me. You can see here I've named some of the vendors, not all of them, because I didn't have time. And this is one of the vendors. Next slide. They exceed the space limit, and there's no problem with them. And I just feel that they're always talking to a certain SFDPW officer and pointing at me, and I just feel like I'm being targeted by this group of vendors and a certain SFDPW officer. Next slide. This is her space. She's puts
You
her
have
rack outside
30
of her
seconds.
Oh my God! Next slide. Is another one. Next slide. Next slide. You see the tables are 6 feet long, and this person is out more than 12 feet. 2 tables is 12 feet, and the rack is another 5 feet. Next slide. This person operates without a permit. She's always there. She's been there for years. There's no problem with her. Next slide. This is her. Next slide. She uses that permit. Next slide. I have complied. Look at tables outside of the 10 by 10 canopy. Next slide.
Thank you. Your time is up.
Okay.
Okay, thank you for the presentation. I think I understand what you're saying here. It sounds like you have a space and that you've tried to comply. I know you're pointing out others who may not be in compliance, but I just have some maybe questions for you, Roosevelt.
Yes.
So I think seems like one of the items was overnight camping. I don't know, can you explain that? What happened there?
Sure. Yes, I also have in the slides, I have pictures of other vendors camping there. So this was last year. Haven't done this. They sent the email and they told us not to do that anymore, and I complied. There's probably no complaints about me or pictures of me there. There's 13 spaces and I occupy one, and a lot of people are there, and there's only complaints about me, just one space being occupied, camping there. But I have proof that other vendors did the same thing, and that's why I did that, just to secure my space on days that are not with the lottery. But I complied with that. I haven't done that since they sent out the email to stop doing that. We stopped. Uh, there's in the slides, you can see the pictures on there of other people camping there too, and I have some other pictures. It's just that it's just so many pictures, and I've never complained about the other vendors, but the other vendors complain about me, and the other vendors are my own family, which that's something sad. But yeah, I complied with that. That was last. I think the last time was early this year, before the email was sent.
Okay. So right, I think I see, just recent, violations as well. So, I guess is there a reason why, there are these continued violations, even though you've been notified previously?
The tables that we use are 6 feet. So if we use 2 tables, it's always going to exceed a little bit out. I've been trying to use less and less, but there's a lot of competition, and if I just tried, to make a living with this. I mean, if I was given an opportunity, I will comply and use less tables. Well, like I said, it doesn't fit in the 10 by 10. The tables are 6 feet long each, and if we put 2, it's 12 feet. So it's always going to be a little bit outside, and it's just been a problem to fit the tables there and within that space.
I mean, can you use smaller tables? Do they have tables that are smaller than 6 feet?
I haven't found any. All of them are usually 6 by 2. That's everywhere it'll be 6 by 2. That's the table length.
Okay, and how about displaying the permit though? I mean, do you have any issues displaying permits or?
I usually have my permit laminated, and when I put it on like somewhere, it's really windy at the pier, and it usually blows away. I've lost like two or three times my permit like being blown away. I usually keep it with like weight on top of it, so maybe it's under some of the merchandise, just because it's a piece of paper and it blows away when it's just windy. You get winds up to 36 miles an hour down there at Pier 45, Pier 43. It just gets really windy.
Okay, how about staying within 10 feet of the equipment or your vending items? I think there's a complaint about that.
I usually have one of my family members help me out, just because it's sometimes there's a lot of people there. People are stealing from me, and I usually step away from my booth just to care for. I have a baby. Was born on November 8th, 2023. So this last year has been a little difficult for me because I don't want to keep him there under the sun the whole day. So I usually go check on him. We take turns with my wife. We move around a lot, but I'm always around the area. I'm never like absent. There was one time, the day that I think it was the day that she showed that I have 2 citations in one day. That day I had to step out because my wife was feeling bad, and I took her to the hospital. That's why it was. That's why I didn't move the things within the whole day, not because I was like trying to, I don't know, like trying to say that I'm not going to comply. It was just that day, and that's why it was still up 2 times when the officer came.
Okay, and I guess so on that day you just basically kind of left your items there and took your wife to the hospital?
Yeah, my cousin was there looking after the stuff. I mean, I didn't just leave it unattended, like, because people will steal. But yeah, I asked my cousin to help me out that day.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, I don't have any additional questions. Are there any other members of the public who wish to make comments? Okay, hearing none. If there are no more comments for this item, I will now close the item and make my recommendations to the director. Are there any public comments on any of the items on the agenda? If you have spoken already, you will not be allowed to speak again. This is for people who might have come late and didn't have a chance to speak. Okay, hearing none. If there are no additional public comments, I'm closing this hearing. The hearing is now closed.
Officer Ng, I'm going to go ahead and end the recording at this time.
Okay, thank you.